This is NBC 10 at Issue.
Summer is a time for fun, but it is also a time of year when people can encounter more hazards than usual. From gas grills to swimming pools to drinking and driving, dangers can increase in the summer months. As a homeowner, there are things you can do to protect your family and protect yourself from liability. Here to tell us more now is Ben Baer. He is a personal injury attorney with Injury Law Partners. Ben, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. Happy to be here.
So let's talk about the kinds of calls you get this time of year. What are the kinds of cases that you're getting this time of year?
So, well, when I get a call, it could be anything that has gone wrong. Nobody calls me because they've had a good day. Unfortunately, the type of phone calls I have to take is something really bad happened, most likely to nice people.
Are there specific cases that you see a lot of as you hit those summer months?
Yeah, I think specifically with regard to summertime, one thing that we want to we do see a definite uptick in is propane tanks related to food trucks, related to grilling and gas is something that comes in. Also, premise liability, things involving swimming pools and stuff like that.
Stuff at your house. Premise liability being the premises of your house.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, that's all that means. It means that issues are rising around the home. Absolutely.
And is that really when you're having, do you tend to see it when people are having a pool party, or could it just be, you and another couple, or your child has a friend over? Does it seem to be more of a danger with a larger group?
I think it does. Oftentimes you have issues where you're entertaining. And look, summer's a time we all want to be having fun. It's a time when people can kind of let their guard down and maybe not take that extra step to be responsible, and then bad things can happen, right? So if you're having a party at your home and you're unattentive, it's a terrible thing that can happen if a child, for example, were to be left unattended at a swimming pool.
Let's talk specifically about that for folks. If you are lucky enough to have a swimming pool
Sure.
at your home, what are the things that you can be proactive about to make sure that you're protecting yourself, protecting your guests and your family?
Well, I'll pick up with where I was mentioning a moment ago with children, right? So, I mean, parents' worst nightmare is that something happens to one of their kids, and we have seen just so many tragic drownings in pool, mostly children. My advice, very strongly, never leave a child unattended at a swimming pool. If you're having a party and there's kids in the pool, it would be critically important to have somebody designated, not drinking, not talking to other people, but just watching what's going on in that environment to make sure people in the swimming pool are safe. Additionally, you need, if you are fortunate enough to have a swimming pool, you should absolutely have it fenced in or guarded in some way. Kids that have pools or have had swimming lessons of some kind, they have a ability to think they're better than they are. And they see that water, they want to have fun. They want to get in the pool like anybody else. And they can get out to the water and jump in. Never let a child unattended, and take steps to make sure the pool is protected so that children don't get in.
Is it worth it to take a step of maybe hiring somebody to come and be a lifeguard if you're going to have a bunch of people over?
So the answer is absolutely. And look, I appreciate it's not going to be feasible in every circumstance. But if you're having a big party and you're inviting a lot of kids or adults, if you're having people over to the home and it's a big event, chances are you're already going to be committed to spending some money for that event. I would absolutely recommend taking the other step just to make it as safe as possible.
And people have folks over in the summertime. They're having a nice time. They're having a few drinks.
Yeah.
What about your responsibility after somebody leaves your home? What do you need to know about that?
Okay, great question. And I will say it's a little dependent on where we are, okay? So first and foremost, and I think everybody understands this, but I will say it just to be clear. If you own your home, you're entertaining, you are providing alcohol to your guests, and you provide alcohol to a minor, no matter where you are, not only is it illegal, but you could be civilly liable if someone under the age of 21 consumes alcohol and then goes out and causes injury to someone else, okay? Pennsylvania and New Jersey actually have different substantive law on what we call social host liability. That is, if you're throwing a party and people are drinking at your party. Pennsylvania does not impose a duty back on the party thrower, that is the homeowner. So if I have a party in my home in Philadelphia and someone is intoxicated, leaves, injures someone else, they're responsible for that. There's no liability on myself. Again, assuming it's not a minor or some of the other very nuanced circumstances. New Jersey has different law. If you live in New Jersey or you're down the shore and someone throws a party in New Jersey, they leave and they cause an injury. The person who caused the injury, say the drunk driver, whatever it may be, and the person who threw the party, they're both responsible.
Stuff to keep in mind.
Right.
All right. Ben Baer, thank you so much for your time and your expertise.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.